Park Station and Fleet Africa are the only bus ranks that are legal in the city of Johannesburg to operate buses. Anything else is illegal, and we are going to shut it down without no fear or favor.
You are watching SA Trending Updates. Please consider subscribing and hit that bell notification.
There was very positive responses to the operation that we are doing. It's called Operation Restore, hashtag Operation Lukisa, hashtag Operation Lungisa, hashtag Operasi Hairstyle. We are restoring the law within the city. We are restoring the infrastructure. We are restoring dignity of our people. It took long because, remember, I just started in February, and my focus was more on fixing the roads and also the bridges, rehabilitating the bridges, seeking funding. But now complaints started coming into my office where other operators, including the taxi associations, were complaining about these illegal bus ranks that are operating in the city of Johannesburg. Now, what has happened is there's a gentleman, I think his name is Isaac, if I'm not mistaken. We could not find him at the site. He owns a bus rank called Powerhouse. We are informed that he's one of the most feared, one of the most powerful Zimbabwean in South Africa. Now, when you look at the permits that the Zimbabwean government has given to the bus operators from Zimbabwe, it actually says that they must leave Zimbabwe, either Harare or Bulawayo, go to Johannesburg, go to Powerhouse bus rank. So the Zimbabwean government is telling us in South Africa that the bus rank that they recognize is Powerhouse, that is owned by a Zimbabwe. Now, the city of Johannesburg only recognizes Park Station, which is under PRASA, and a bus rank called Fleet for Africa. Those are the two bus ranks that are recognized by the city of Johannesburg to accommodate or operate buses from SADC and throughout the continent. Whichever bus that is a cross-border bus has to go to those ranks. But now the Zimbabwean has now opened his bus rank, which is supposed to be a private parking area. He has turned it into a bus operating rank. That is illegal. This operation, we invited the Cross-Border Road Transport Inspectorate. We invited Department of Home Affairs. JMPD was part of it. Hillbrow, South African Police Service, was supposed to come. They did not show up. As I understand, they never show up for any operations around the inner city, Hillbrow, Bramfontein. They just don't show up. But JMPD was there, and we were able to also arrest, the Home Affairs was able to arrest 14 illegal immigrants, including a Pakistani who has employed an underage boy who is also an illegal immigrant in the country.
Sure.
They were all arrested.
Yeah.
So it was a very successful operation.
And what kind of engagement, if any, has taken place between yourselves and some authorities in Zimbabwe? Because part of what you said is that you're noticing that the permits that are being issued in that country are advising people, for lack of a better term, to use this Powerhouse bus station as opposed to the ones recognized by government this side.
I was told that there are negotiations at national level. I'm not going to waste my time with negotiations. The law is the law. It's very clear. The Zimbabwean government was supposed to have interacted with the city of Johannesburg and established which ranks, bus ranks, are recognized as legal. They did not do that. They just took the word of their own citizen who is here in South Africa, making money in South Africa, illegally so, operating an illegal bus rank. Now, what I am going to do, they showed us papers from the city of Johannesburg, from Cross-Border Inspectorate, that they are legal. We then took those papers to planning, as the document that they gave us was from planning. Planning has indicated that that paper was in 2010, and it was then reversed because it was an irregular decision that was made by those who were there by that time. And the operators were given a document that clarified the rezoning of that particular area as a private parking, not a bus operating rank. So next week, we are meeting on Monday, and then we'll be shutting down that powerhouse. Zimbabwean government must issue new permits to the buses that come to South Africa. We have also, at that powerhouse, we also impounded a bus whose permit states that it must actually leave Harare and go to Bosman in Tshwane, not to come to Joburg. We impounded that bus. We impounded 3 more buses that were operating in an illegal site that has been already visited by JMPT. Many times they have not taken the warnings. We impounded 3 buses. We are looking for the owner of that site. And if he does not avail himself by next week, we will be left with no option but to shut down that site so that it does not operate.
All right, because that was my next question. I mean, who owns the site itself? Because I'm sure they have questions to answer too. But if I can, MMC, just to make sure I'm not missing anything here, this operation is currently being carried out without you engaging any authorities in Zimbabwe. Is that right?
Yes, why should I engage them?
To ascertain the facts around exactly what happened, at the very least to ensure that we're not embarrassed in case it is a miscommunication between our government at local and national level, as an example.
National government can talk to Zimbabwe. They always talk and nothing happens. We've got a problem of illegal immigrants here. We've got a problem of hijacked buildings by Zimbabweans, Nigerians, Congolese, Chinese, and different other nationalities. National government is doing nothing. So here at local government, I have been voted by the citizens of Johannesburg to do what is best for them. And I am implementing the law. There is nowhere where we are breaking the law. That is why we invite Department of Home Affairs. That's why we invite Cross-Border Road Transport Inspectorate, because they are the ones that actually monitor all these cross-border buses, whether they comply or not. That's why they are with us. So we have looked at what needs to be done, and we are doing what needs to be done. JMPD is there because JMPD enforces the law in the city of Johannesburg. I am there as the MMC of transport, under which all the ranks, whether taxi or bus, fall under my mandate. And I'm making sure that under the Department of Transport, everything is legal, whether it is taxis, whether it is buses.
Sure. Look, and this is not to downplay the intensity of the problem around the porousness of our borders and people essentially being in this country illegally. But I'm sure, MMC, you'll also agree that procedure and that kind of consideration is equally as important. Are you not worried about any kind of reprisal or response from this, even legally speaking?
No. Everyone has got the right to do what they want to do. Even when people are arrested by the police after committing a crime, they still go to courts. The fact of the matter is, I'm not going to consult a government that did not consult the city of Johannesburg. I am responding to the cries of South Africans who are saying, we are losing our lives every time there is war between these illegal bus ranks and the taxi associations. We are being killed. We get stray bullets that kill us and our children because of this lawlessness. So I am fulfilling my mandate that I was given by the citizens of Johannesburg. I have nothing to do with the Zimbabwean government. I am looking at compliance in South Africa. The Zimbabwean government must just go back, come to us and say which ranks are compliant, which ranks are recognized, which ranks are legal. They don't even have to come. I am telling them through you now that Park Station and Fleet Africa are the only bus ranks that are legal in the city of Johannesburg to operate buses. Anything else is illegal, and we are going to shut it down without no fear or favor.